topic right now in To Your Health. The American Academy of Pediatrics advising parents strongly against spanking their children. In a new policy statement published just yesterday in the journal Pediatrics, the group advises parents to use what they call healthy forms of discipline. So, what does that mean? It is a tough topic for parents when you're just trying to discipline. Pediatrician Dr. Kristen Woodward here to explain this. They really were firm on this in their wording.
Yes, this policy statement was revised from a previous statement about 20 years ago where we were encouraging parents not to spank, but now we're saying we don't want spanking used as a means of discipline because we know there's data that's emerged over the past 20 years that really it's not effective.
What are some of the negative impacts that they cite or that we see?
Right, so not only is it not effective, we know that spanking compared to non-physical forms of discipline hasn't been shown to be better or that kids respond to it in a more effective way. The other things that came up that are a big concern is that we know that kids who are spanked more than twice a month, that they have increased signs of aggression. We also know that there's increased risk of mental health issues, increased risk of depression, and this is most concerning. We know that kids who have suffered physical trauma or spanking on a repetitive basis, they've even shown that their brains aren't forming as normally as other kids, so it's a big concern.
It is so interesting. I posted this article on my Facebook page yesterday with a lot of comments. Many of them were from adults who say, I was spanked and I turned out fine. Do you think, I know I'm just asking for your opinion here, that it's just a different time, a different age, a different world in what we live in and how we discipline?
So I think this is a really emotional topic because we're talking about how we're raising our children and it gets very personal, and I think parents are trying to do their best, and this is a policy statement really that's meant to increase awareness that we know spanking has negative impacts on our kids' health. And so just because we did something 30, 40 years ago doesn't mean that we should use that argument that it's okay now. We know that there are ways that we can effectively discipline our children in non-physical ways that work. And the thing is, when we're disciplining our kids, we're teaching them good learning behavior. We're wanting them to be, when they're teenagers, when we're not with them all the time, to make good choices, make good decisions, and be good citizens.
Things like positive reinforcement.
Yes. So
give consequences that are not physical.
So using timeouts for kids in preschool, you know, usually 1 minute per age. So for a 2-year-old, it would be a 2-minute timeout. You know, modeling and praising good behavior is very important at all ages. And then setting limits and rules, and then following through and giving consequences that are age appropriate. So if you have a preschool child taking a toy away, if they're throwing sand, removing them from the sandbox. Older children, you know, taking away screen time or phones, or making a more strict curfew. There's a lot of ways to discipline kids, and look at this as a long-term goal. You know, anyone who's had a toddler knows that you're facing this every day. And so look at this as I'm teaching them to be a good citizen.
Well, thank you for the advice this morning and outlining it for us. All right, we're going to take a quick break. It's 8:22. We'll be right back.